Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Yo, set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 So life ain't easy, yo, I think there's a reason though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, though. I always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison, they rot. Head full of flies, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost. Yeah, so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken, I got patience. One day at a time is how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself a foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
Wake up, really gonna rise with the sun. Step 2, get some good, some food in you. Step 3, think real hard about what you wanna be. Step 4, everybody just do your thing.
Hi, Bullhorn Betty. Thank you for my shirt. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Kids Club.
Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. So
this is Layla Santinello. She has been missing since June 27th, 2023, and she disappeared from Kingsport, Tennessee. Chronicles of Olivia and I went out to Kingsport, Tennessee on several different trips, searching for Layla Santinello or any information leading to her whereabouts. These are my thoughts on this case.
well, I have to be honest with you. I was hoping by now we would have found Layla. So this has been very hard. You know, we want to bring her home. We want to make sure that her family knows what happened to her, I think is really the most important. Her family has been struggling so much to find answers, and they have been met with lies after lies after lies from a lot of people that proclaim to be this young lady's friends. Just like to speak to them just for a moment and just say, if you know something, say something, because her life does matter. For the family members of these people that know what happened to her, it could have been your daughter. It could have been your granddaughter. You need to ask them to stand up and speak up.
Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.
My beautiful people of YouTube and X, it's nice to see you.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
Sorry. Might as well start pushing buttons right off the bat. Good morning. It is Saturday. Are you guys awake? Are you ready for Christmas? What is going on? What is going on? JB's mama, it's nice to see you. The real me too. Beautiful Sonia is in the house. It is too late for those custom Christmas gifts, but it's not too late for those custom New Year's gifts. Get a hold of Sonia. She has a lot of treats in store for you. Lula's Nana, it's nice to see you. Bullhorn Betty and Bullhorn Betty TC is present. Just in case you didn't know, we are running on 2 YouTube channels right now. So get over to the other channel and check it out and get those watch times up. Manic Mama T, it's nice to see you. Good morning. Good morning. Mike Stevens is up early and in the house this morning. Big Mac Mike. Big Mac Mike, where's my applause? There, we'll give you some cheers. Our resident defense attorney up in the house. All you need is a little bit of tears and some snot coming out your nose, and you are not guilty. You are not guilty. You get to pass go. You get to collect your $200 if Mike is your defense attorney. Always watching. Good morning, Alabama Mama 4. It's nice to see you. The real me too. The woman that stole tape from America. It's nice to see you. Angie, it's nice to see you. Bookworm, good morning. Good morning. Tammy, little bit. It's nice to see you this morning. I hope everybody is getting ready for Christmas. Pin 1010 is up in the house with Ashley's World. It's nice to see you guys. Good morning. Good morning. I think we're finally done. Jeez, Louise, that is exhausting. What are you guys doing to me? Quit chatting. Quit chatting. So it's nice to see you. I know there's a lot of people that are right now traveling, wrapping gifts, trying to get things done with the family, doing family stuff. So when you get around to watching Bullhorn Betty, hopefully you get caught up on your true crime junkie. What do we call it? Fix. There we go. We'll call it a junkie fix. I got to tell you, this morning I was doing some research. I have some ideas on what's going on, and I'm building because I like to keep some stuff for the end. I like to keep you guys around for a while. So I filled the front up with some stuff that you guys might be interested in. And then we get to talk in kind of in the second segment of this, the last hour of the show. But I got to tell you, this thing with Alec Murdaugh, I think Eric might be onto something. I don't know. You guys know Eric Bland. What a great guy. I shouldn't say what a great guy. I don't know the guy. I don't know. He seems. Let me rephrase that so I'm factual. Okay, because we got fact police up here and the exact police. PC, and good Lord, it's exhausting to dance around on these eggshells. I tell you, I don't know how people do it. But I'll say he seems to be a great guy. Okay, he seems to be a great guy. He seems to be authentic. He seems to be genuine. He's just an attorney, right? He's just an attorney. I mean, you can't blame the guy. Okay. You just can't. You can't blame the guy. Okay, he's an attorney. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad, sometimes they're right in between. You just never know what you get. Okay, because now all my friends are going to be coming here with pitchforks. Like, what are you talking about? Us like this? No. So he seems like a great guy. He seems like he really went to bat for the victims. I had an opportunity to ask him a very specific question while we were out there in front of the sentencing, or was it the sentencing? Oh, Lord, my stuff's running together. Wherever I was in South Carolina, I was in Beaufort, South Carolina, just recently, a few months ago, for Alec Murdaugh, whatever I was there for. I don't know anymore. I don't know. I gotta be honest with you. I don't know, because I should be in a padded room, right? I mean, come on. But anyways, I got to ask him a question, because one of his statements was, and they brought a lot of people up, and it was very, I got to say, that the impact statements from the victims for the financial crimes were, it was hard to watch. We saw, it's nice to see you, Thomas. Penny, good morning. It was hard to watch, because you've seen how, people think of these white collar crimes as there's no victim. There's no victim in these white collar crimes. Insurance pays it back. Blah, the litany of BS and word salad that they feed spoon feed. Let me speak. Spoon feed people when they're trying to, mitigate the damages to the clients and stuff like that. But there are true victims of these. And even if, let's just play the devil's advocate. Okay, say the insurance company does pay it back. Okay. How many hoops did those people have to jump through, additional hoops? And how many years did it take to finally get those funds? So how about the anguish that they had to go through to get back there? So I mean, this idea that it's a victimless crime, that this stuff, is all insured and just gets paid back. We saw the real victims of these schemes and stuff in the Alec Murdaugh case, and it was really, really sad. But Eric Bland was there, and if I'm not mistaken, he was representing those victims pro bono. Just again, he seems like a great guy. But even what pushed me over the edge almost to say he is a great guy, but I don't know him. So it's hard to make that leap. He seems like it. Was when he was there and speaking on behalf of the other victims. There was one thing that he said there. And he had said that, I think something to the effect with his statement that, these are only 22 crimes, but there's over 100 victims. And I just thought that statement was so impactful. So, the second half of our segment is going to kind of be designated to talk about this very thing. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments, get over to the language of letting go as we are approaching Christmas. This is one of my ex-boyfriend's birthdays. How the heck did I remember that? I have no earthly idea, but I have to be honest with you. One of my ex-boyfriends from my teenage years, literally my teenage years, a guy I haven't seen in probably 25 years, a quarter of a century. And I just opened this book and realized it's his birthday. I tell you, the things that pop in your head at the wrong time, the things that just, where did that come out? Put that back in the filing cabinet. By the way, Jody, happy birthday, okay? Happy birthday, okay? Since I thought of you, I don't know where you came from today, but apparently you popped in my head today. So happy birthday. If you're out there somewhere and you know that I'm Bullhorn Betty, happy birthday. I don't have a happy birthday song for you. I gave that up a long time ago. Okay, Cupcake, and you know why. Okay. Now that we got that out of our system. Where the hell did that come from? Oh, good Lord. It's a great day. It's a great day. I think that song. Really? Gotta have fun over here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. I gotta tell you. Hey, Jody, I just got a quick question for you. Just tell me the truth. Tell me the truth. Do you live in Texas? I have another one that lives in Texas, and I'm ready to start singing all my exes live in Texas. So I'm just curious. Jody, tell me that you live in Texas now. I need to stop. Somebody's going to clip that. Somebody's going to track this man down. They're going to track him down. They're going to say, what was she like when she was a teenager? I was a hot mess, if you haven't noticed. But, nobody listens to me. I'm just a big fat I digress. Good morning. Good morning. The people that are flying this morning. So December 23rd, how sweet and precious the moments. It had seemed like such an ordinary time. He was staying at the house, helping me out. I have funeral arrangements to make and to attend. My mother was coming into town. I had a lot to do. Then the busy days and nights settled into quiet rhythm of California winter, short days, fires in the fireplace at night, a pot of spaghetti sauce on the stove. January at the beach was a time to stay in the house, to be quiet and cozy. Sometimes he cooked a wonderful dinner, Philly steak sandwiches with real melted cream cheese. Other times we ordered pizza and just ate in. Sometimes I read. Oftentimes I talked on the phone or puttered around the house. At night, right before sleep came, bringing a gentle end to another day, he put a Sarah McLachlan CD in the stereo. She sang about being in the arms of an angel as she gently sang me to sleep. Then the time came. He was ready to leave. Our time together was done. So be it, I thought. What comes around doesn't come to stay. It always comes to pass. As he walked out the door, I waved goodbye. Then a wave of emotions rushed through me, flooding my heart. It had seemed like such an ordinary time, and it was. But until it was over, until he walked out the door, I didn't know how rich and beautiful the ordinary was. I thought, watching him leave. Maybe the time hasn't passed yet. How sweet and precious are the moments of our lives, especially the ordinary ones. Don't let them pass unnoticed or unexperienced. Those ordinary moments can easily become the richest part of our lives. God, help me remember the way to live life filled with wonder and awe is surrendered to, and live each moment fully, expecting and allowing each one to simply be what it is. I love that. That's so pretty. And it's sad too. It's kind of got all the little emotions in it. And you didn't know who she was talking about. Was she talking about her son or her husband? And I guess it really doesn't matter. I think she was talking about, the moments in our lives that we sometimes take for granted. So, anyways, good morning, Misery. It's nice to see you. I hope you're feeling better, love. The next situation that we're going to talk about before we get into all the Alec Murdaugh stuff is wrong one. There we go. Our beloved Grady Judd. Grady Judd saving 300. I'm not going to make you guys watch 20 minutes of a woman and hearing about her 309 cats, but I figured it was such a notable case that I would at least bring it up. So, I kind of feel bad for the woman, but I do understand the position of law enforcement. Okay, this woman lived in a trailer. Apparently, she had a lot of animals, an absolute massive amount of animals, a staggering, I want to say, if I can remember, I think he said 309 possible animals in a small trailer. Yeah. Ducks, chickens, the whole gamut. It's sad because it was an older lady. Obviously this was a support, when you have people that kind of collect animals, it's more mental health related, really, in I think in the professional opinions. I think it's more mental because it's kind of emotional support type of situation. We wish JB's mama a happy birthday. Oh, Lord. If you had to have a birthday on the 23rd with my ex? Really? Where is my button? There it is. What's going on, JB? Couldn't your mom waited one more day? Come on. Happy birthday. Oh, wrong one. What do you mean you didn't? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You were impatient. You're impatient now. You were impatient then. Well, I think you're definitely deserving of a Bullhorn Betty. A Bullhorn Betty birthday wish. So I didn't clean my pipes out. I wasn't expecting this, and my throat's been a little sore because I've been doing 3 shows a day. Okay, 3 shows a day, just about. Well, except for the last few days, I did two. But it is your birthday, so you are a great supporter of the Bullhorn Betty channel. So I think you've earned me. You know what? I think you've earned the hat too. Hold on. I mean, you can't do this without the hat. We can't do this without the hat. Be patient. Be patient, folks. All right. You're absolutely special. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Let's see what we're gonna bring out the hat. We're not gonna just bring out the hat. We're gonna bring out the glasses too. We're gonna bring out the glass. Oh, the glasses keep breaking. Okay, it's not my fault. They make these things so cheap, but we're gonna still try to roll with it. Okay, we're gonna try to roll with it. It keeps breaking on me. Come on, did it break? I wonder if I just need some tape over it. Yeah, I think I just need some tape over it. These are kid glasses, but that's okay. We'll put it back in. Okay, maybe we'll go without the side piece. Okay, we'll go without the side piece. All right. We're getting. There we go. All right, this is for JB's mom. Okay. Not as good as the 10 hat, right? Not as good as the 10 hat. So this is for you, baby. This is for you. Gotta get the pipes clean. Well, happy. I don't like that one. Well, a happy birthday to you. Losing my hat. Happy birthday to you. A happy real birthday, JB's mother. Happy birthday to you. All right, there you go, JB's mama. Don't say I didn't give you anything. Nobody embarrasses themselves on all of this for the clip channels unless they love you, baby. Welcome to the family. All right. I know. I know. I told you about the throat. Yeah, I told you about the throat, you know. Yeah. That's all right. That's the best I got for you, babe. I got tape. Robert, what are you planning on doing with that tape? Okay. Well, this is a true crime. This is a true crime show. Okay, it's our true crime channel. When we start hearing tape, we're wondering, where's the body? I'm just joking. Bad joke. I know. Absolutely. You know what? What can I say? I love my peeps. Looking like Flava Flav. No, I didn't have the big clock. Okay, I need to get the big chain that says happy birthday. Then we can just like go OG, you know. Well, thank you for the compliment, Rapper. I hope you're doing well. God bless you. I feel like there's going to be an insult around the corner. I got to be honest with you, Rapper. Every time you come in here, you start complimenting. I'm waiting for the shoe to drop, okay? I'm starting to have PTSD, okay? I have to be honest with you. I'm having PTSD over here. Getting on with this. I wanted to actually tell you guys. You guys can't see this on the screen. I've actually pulled this. I was going to go through it today. But there's so much in this kind of popped through my my email. Oops, sorry. Hold on. It's not my computer's not wanting to cooperate here. Oh, okay, there we go. So this is this crazy looking guy right here, right? And I think we did actually cover some stuff that was breaking on the news not too long ago because his face looks familiar, or it's something that we just I've heard about in the past. But with this particular case, there's so much involved with it. There's only um, two children associated with this guy, right? But I have to be honest with you. This whole story is a whole entire segment in itself. I was reading it this morning and I'm like, I was going to go with more details about this, what's enraging these cops. But when I was digging in, I'm like, whoa, this is kind of a story on its own. So we're actually going to be going over Lewis Lint Jr. tonight at 6:30. This is going to be the segment of tonight's show, Is This Child Killer? And we're going to be discussing some of the disgusting stuff. I mean, we're going to keep it, it's going to be PG rated, PG-13 possibly, but it's not going to be graphic in any way, shape, or form. But it is something that I do want to discuss because they believe there might be more out there that are victims of this guy. And so since there's some movement and people are starting to talk about it, I figured we would, at least advocate for the story to get out there. Maybe somebody might know something, may recognize him. He's been in jail for some significant amount of time, obviously, but maybe somebody, who knows? Who knows? You never know. The power of social media is amazing. But I did want to let you know that I was going to be discussing this a little bit. And I am going to go over this article, kind of bring you guys up to speed with this particular case, but we're not going to dive into it. I'm not going to really analyze this case because we're going to do it tonight at 6:30. This is kind of just like to kind of perk your curiosity just a little bit. A child killer has been, let me just put this up here on the big screen, get it big so the people at home can read along with us. I think that's good. There we go. A cop killer has been infuriating New York cops and prosecutors as he continues to refuse to say where he hid the body of his 12-year-old victim after 27 years. Lewis Lint Jr. murdered Sarah Woods after kidnapping her while she was riding back home from the church where her father served as pastor on August 18, 1993 in upstate New York. He confessed to his crime 3 years later while already serving a life sentence in Massachusetts for the murder of a 12-year-old Jimmy Bernardo. Despite his confession, however, Lint Jr. has continuously resisted attempts to have him reveal where he hid Sarah's remains, fueling the concerns he could be hiding more bodies. Now, this article does go on a little bit longer than that, obviously. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time. Here's the article for your reference if you guys would like to read up on this. I found this article to be very interesting. But we are going to take a little bit of a deeper dive into this case 6:30 this evening. So I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. If you're in South Carolina, we've been following a lot of South Carolina. Good morning. Oh, B. Betty's in the house. It's nice to see you, B. Betty. Good morning, love bug. Granny Mammy Annie, I didn't say hi to you either. If I missed you guys, Lady 7 Up, good morning, Rapper. I don't even think I said good morning to you, but I hope you're having a wonderful day and Merry Christmas. I think I got everybody else. If I missed somebody, good morning, guys. Good morning. So we've been following South Carolina. There's been a lot of stuff that we've been following in South Carolina, predominantly Alec Murdaugh. So in the grand scheme of things, we get a lot of feeds, a lot of news feeds from South Carolina. And this is one of them. And it sparked my curiosity because I don't think people understand about the issues that are going on related to coordination and things of that nature from jails. They're actually, and I actually think this is a great idea, is cell phone blockers. When you're in jail, your employees shouldn't be using their cell phone, in my opinion. Your employees shouldn't be using the cell phone. They have landlines within that facility. If they need to call, They can, if they have to have a private conversation, they should have a private phone that's not recorded, say in the break room. But everything else related to their job and their job capacity while they're on the clock, they need to be doing above board and in the light. Nobody should be having cell phones in that facility, except maybe like the warden or somebody higher up the food chain, where they have, they need to be contacted in split seconds. Supervisors, people that have earned their street cred in the jails, but there's been a lot of people still, going to jail for, say, smuggling or manufacturing or distribution of drugs and things like that. Well, they're getting these cell phones and they're still continuing their business, multi-million-dollar businesses right from prisons. And this is kind of the same thing. Now, I'm blocked from this particular site, so it was really more just to tell you, because Alec Murdaugh, I thought this kind of butted in with the whole Alec Murdaugh stuff too, because we know Alec is an addict. Now, if they could be making these multi-million-dollar deals on the outside of these prisons, I mean, imagine what they're getting on the inside of the prisons, because there has been some officers that have been fired for bringing in contraband, mostly cell phones. So, you even have this network where they're able to buy a guard. The stuff that we saw in those movies, actually in real life, maybe not to the salacious degree that some of our, movies are in, but yeah, like I don't know what to say. Yeah. So anyways, long story short, there's drugs that are pushed through from behind the bars. And why is this coming up? Is because Alec Murdaugh's behind bars. Alec is a professed addict. We've seen some weird behavior at the, his hearings. You can see him coming in and he's kind of, I mean, let's be honest, I don't want to say jovial, but I mean, he's kind of got a smirk on his face, seems like nothing's wrong. And then within a few hours, we're all listening to it. We're all kind of, getting bored out of our minds, and some of the things that just go on and on and on and on. Good grief, just goes on and on and on. And so we're spent, but we don't look like he just looks, I don't know. He looks like he's coming off of something, in my opinion. I can't 100% be sure. I mean, I've only got a little bit of street experience in the subject matter, but I'm just sorry. It just seems like, there's a complete different person at the beginning of the hearing as opposed to the end. And everybody's like, well, it could just be exhausting. And while, I get it. It could be. It could be. We're watching it too. So why aren't we all like that? That's my next question. That's my next question. If you guys haven't heard, we're about $800. We were hoping to have the camera and the funds raised up for the camera, the new camera for this show, not this show, but for out in the field for this channel. At the end of the day, I just found out some really good news. We're about $800 away from our goal for that new camera, $800 away from that new goal. And so I'm very hopeful that if you guys consider it, obviously Christmas, New Year's, that's, get out of the way, but I would like to get it, hopefully by June. We were having it by June of last year, but, we weren't expecting what we had to face this last year. But now that, I feel like we can accomplish the goal for 2024. So I just wanted to let you guys know we're still in it to win it for the camera. We've got an amazing camera that is going to do amazing work for this channel. And I hope you guys do support it. We're a dollar will do campaign. Like, we like the crowdfund, right? We like the crowdfund. We like to make sure that it doesn't hurt any one person. If you got a few extra bucks to throw for it, throw it. If you don't worry about it. Yeah, we'll get there. We will always get to our goal. Sometimes we get there quicker. Sometimes we get there a little slower. And we're okay with that, right? We're okay with that. We do not look a gift horse in its mouth. And so we're very blessed. We're going to still continue to do work, great work. We're going through this horrible process that we are going through, which is designed literally to cause the most amount of financial damage as possible. But we always come ahead. We'll always be doing good. And no matter what, we'll just keep going. And that's what I told my mods. We don't give up. Like that's what we do. And at the end of this, you know what? We'll be a lot stronger than we were at the beginning of this. So because God blesses us each and every day and God moves mountains. And I truly believe that. If I didn't believe that, I wouldn't be preaching that. We always try to give, and some of you may not believe in God. You guys hopefully believe in a higher power, something bigger than yourself, spiritually or otherwise. That's my God to me. So, I just think that we're going to be fine. And I just hope everybody understands that. And I hope everybody supports that. What has done to me should never be done to anybody ever in their life, ever. I mean, laws were broke, crimes were committed, federal laws were violated, and meanwhile, all because they hate me. It's just it's getting so noticeable that it's disgusting. And if people are going to continue to support that, don't say that you care about people. Don't say you care about victims. Don't say you care when people go real life, because the only people that have been going real life is on one camp, one side, and one side only. And what they did to me was absolutely horrific. It was wrong, and it continues to be wrong. And I don't know who's exposing all of this stuff, but God bless them. That's all I got to say. God bless them. With that being said, we'll keep moving on. There's something going on here, and this is for my Florida people. I'm putting this up on the big screen. This is for my Florida people. I did not realize that this had happened. Apparently, we have 3 guys that were on a boat, and they came here. What was it, from Georgia, I want to say? Where is it? Hold on. Let me see where they're from. I think it's Georgia, Brunswick, Georgia. Yes, Brunswick, Georgia. And so on the coast, the families haven't seen or heard from them in a while. And apparently there's some debris from their boat washing up ashore. I'm hoping that these guys are okay. They've been gone for a significant amount of time, but in all fairness, their boat pieces are floating, which is a good sign. They may have large pieces that they can float on if something happened to the boat. They are starting to come ashore. There's been multiple places where these pieces have actually came across the shores of Florida. So those places are in November debris. So these people have been missing, I think it's since October 14th. So they've been missing for a significant amount of time. But the good news is, again, their boat pieces are washing ashore. They have not. So they may be on an island. Something worse could have happened. It's been a significant amount of time, but we don't know. But we're going to keep providing hope, and we're going to advocate. So if anybody sees pieces, you guys, this is my Florida people on the coast. In November, debris, including the fish box, I know they're buoyancy balls, but I don't know what they're called. It's my hooked on phonics is broken. Stop it. And from the Carol Ann boat was found 16 miles off the coast of St. Augustine, sparking a reignited search for Tyler Barlow, Caleb Wilkinson, and Dalton Conway, who went on what was planned to be a 4-day fishing trip. The 3 boaters left Brunswick, Georgia on October 14th, and they haven't been seen since. And there they are right there. The families are asking beachgoers to be on the lookout. If you spot something, email search@barlowinsurance.com with images of the locations of your find. Please call local sheriff's office or the Coast Guard to hold the items. Do not leave the items unattended, as they may wash away. So that is coming from the families of these boaters. They are really, really, really trying to find their loved ones. Again, this is probably a really hard situation, a very grave situation at this moment. But again, all we can do is advocate for them, let people be aware that this is right now they're looking off Jungle Hut Beach in Palm Coast is where some things have washed ashore. There are the people right there that are missing. These are the items. There's the boat that they went missing in. So, and there's the piece. As you can see, they look similar in color, and you can almost make out where these pieces came from the boat. So again, hello, Shannon. I hope you're having a wonderful day. So again, this is just advocation. Anybody in the state of Florida on the coast, if you see any weird stuff, and you're in the Palm Coast, Palm Beach area, these are the places where stuff's washing ashore. So if you're in those locations and you're on the beach, I know it's a little chilly out there, but people that come from the northern weather, when it's 50 or 60 here, it feels great for them, right? It feels great for them. So if you're on the beach and you're walking or you're strolling and you see this stuff, please, please, please call it in. It might help at least find answers to where these men went and what happened to them. We're praying for their safe return. But as you can imagine, 3 men that have been gone since October and have never been heard from again. It's a little difficult because we don't know. We don't know what they were doing. We don't know where they were. Did they meet with foul play? Is it possible? Is it this just an accident? Or where did they witness something out there in the waters? Guys, this is Florida. Like, we have a lot of drugs that are smuggled here. Lots of stuff. And not even just drugs, humans. Like, this is Florida. This is this state. It holds a lot of disgusting realities, and they were in in an area that is very well known for having trafficking issues. So, I always think the worst, but it could just be something as simple as they had a gas leak, or they hit something, and but you never know. You never know, especially when I start seeing, pieces of the boat floating. It almost implies the boat itself sunk. That's just how my brain works. That's just how my brain works. A little bit of, I don't get into the entertainment. I don't get into entertainment news. I really don't get into entertainment news at all. Don't ask me what in the world in this article actually inspired me. I think maybe it's just, elite people not paying their bills just fascinated me this morning. I don't know. Maybe I'm pessimistic today. I don't know. Maybe I'm just wanting to be problematic. Maybe I'm just wanting to feel better about myself. I don't know. I honestly don't know. But the next one is, I tell you, I'm not getting into the entertainment business. I really don't know why this caught my attention. But it's like, and maybe it's the Land Rover. Maybe it drew me in because of the Land Rover, because I think of Kaylee Gonzalez every time I see a Land Rover. And, these people here, snooty, you look at the photos, they're not pleasing or appetizing photos for them. They look like snooty rich people, But Kim and her daughter apparently can't, from the Real Housewives, apparently can't seem to keep their bills paid. I don't get it. I don't get it. They're making obligations, and I'm surprised. This is maybe I'm poking fun a little too soon, but you know what? I'm surprised the hate channels haven't started taking her down. Because I have financial problems that aren't mine. They're from a divorce and my ex-husband, but I'm splattered all over for a little credit card. These people ain't paying their damn Land Rover bills. Ain't paying their Land Rover bills. I digress. I know I'm being pessimistic, but you know what? That's okay, because the next ones I'm going to get some street cred for. I'm going to get some street cred for, because I got to tell you, this is more in line with the Christmas spirit, right? I know. I'm asking for forgiveness this morning. Asking for forgiveness. No, this is actually a cute article from the New York Post. And I learned something. Who knew? Thank you. New York Post educated Bullhorn Betty. The New York Post enlightened me. They enlightened me. Angels among us. That's nice to see you. Good morning. How old she is now? She's a brat. Oh, I bet she's a brat. She looks like a freaking brat. I mean, come on, she does look like a brat. But like I said, I don't know what I don't do entertainment news whatsoever, and it was something about that specific because I'll go under radar. That's part of my search. Hardly any article on radar do I actually pull off or talk about. There's just I don't know why. Maybe I'm just jealous that they have a Land Rover and I don't, right? Maybe it's just a little bit of jelly coming out of me this morning. I don't know. I really don't know. But it entertained me. I don't get it. I know. You can't help me. You can't help me. But this one was a cute little story, and I thought that this would be great before we started dovetailing into Alec Murdaugh. Well, we're going to, not Alec Murdaugh, we're going to actually go to Asa just a little bit, just a little smidge, and then we're going to get into Alec. So this is about the history of the Christmas Story. I did not know. I love the Christmas Story. I have to be honest with you. I'm not sure how I feel about the marathon. Did I just hear something fall? I thought I heard something fall. Let's hope nothing fell. My hearing. I hear things. But the Christmas Story, I watch it every year. I think I'm like a lot of people out there in America where we watch a few of our favorite shows, like Die Hard, like that never used to be a Christmas movie, but it is a Christmas, like everybody loves it. I love Die Hard. I love the Die Hard movie, the Christmas, the one where the Christmas scene, right? Die Hard. It's just become a staple now. Every year you watch Die Hard right along with the Christmas Story, like the Elf. The Elf is another one, right? I like the Elf. Some people like the Grinch. I'm not a Grinch fan. People are actually kind of surprised about that, but I got to be honest with you. I'm not a Grinch fan. I think the Grinch steals my spotlight. I'm sorry. There's only room enough for one of us. Okay, Grinch, you got to move over. You got to move over. Okay, because there's a new Grinch in town. I need to stop. Okay, so the Christmas Story 24-hour marathon. I don't know how you guys like it, but I didn't know this was a tradition. I learned something today, and I figured if I learned something today, you guys might learn something today as well. All right. So it's let me put this up here on the big screen so everybody, it's going to be bouncing all over. I hate the commercials on the post, but this is a cute story. Okay. This is a cute story. Give it a second. All these damn commercials. Let me see if I can blow this up so we, there we go. So deck the halls. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's that time of year when seasonal classics like The Christmas Story has its marathon on TNT and TBS. For 24 hours straight on Christmas Day, the network will air and re-air A Christmas Story. The tradition has been around since 1997, a source from the network told the Post. The source said the annual tradition showcases the power of nostalgia. Okay, there we go. Oops, hold on. The 1993 movie, directed by Bob Clark and based on Gene Shepard's 1966 book, In God We Trust, All Others Pay Cash, follows Ralphie Parker, which is Peter Billingsley, now 52, a boy who wanted a Red Ryder carbine action 200-shot range model air rifle for Christmas. But everyone from his mother to the department store Santa Claus warns him he'll shoot your eye out, or you'll shoot your eye out. Sure enough, he does have an eye-related mishap after getting the rifle for Christmas, but as an adult, he reflects that it was the best present he ever got. The vignette in movies followed his dad, or the old man played by Darren McGavin, who died in 2006 at 83 years old. Ralphie is the relentless guy, Billingsley told Entertainment Weekly later last year. Everyone's telling him no. Santa's kicking him in the face. He's just getting up, dusting off, and moving on. He's not going to stop trying to convince people to give him this BB gun. I love the quality, the actor continued. That's a good quality in an adult, the protagonist. You want your protagonist to be relentless in the pursuit of whatever his goal is. And he's a dreamer. I always said he's a dreamer and a nightmarer. He has a vision of how he wants things to go and how they go horribly wrong. That's relatable if we're honest with ourselves. It is. When the movie first came out, it wasn't a big hit, it earning just around $19 million at the box office. But as cable TV rose in popularity, it became a seasonal staple. Turner Broadcasting began airing it in 1991 on its networks TBS, TNT, and TCM. And the ratings grew. It increased its presence on Christmas until it became a marathon that it's known as today. In 1995, it was aired over 3 different channels, a combined 6 times from December 24th to December 26th. It increased to 8 separate broadcasts in 1996. And in 1997, thanks to the rising popularity, the 24-hour marathon officially kicked off. It remains the most non-sport related program that audience watch on Christmas Day, with 32 million viewers reportedly watching in 2020. So again, if you guys would like to read the entire article, I'm throwing it into the chat. I just thought it was a cute little Christmas article, and it just brings me to as we go into the crap of the show, right? This is where we change and we go into other topics. And I wanted to show you guys this. This was amazing. I remember this. Thank you, Jennifer Coffindaffer, for remembering Florida 34 years ago. When people say we don't get snow in Florida, we do. Remember that terminology that our mom said, when hell freezes over, we can do what we want, right? Right? Well, 34 years ago, it happened. But you know what? Mom didn't let us do whatever we wanted. Moms around the country lied to all of us. They've told us when hell froze over, we could do what we want. Well, there is the receipt. And I can tell you, I still got my butt whipped. This is coming from the Sun. Okay, guys, you know how I feel about the Sun. I do not like Sun articles. I always put the disclaimer every time I do a Sun article, okay? Every single time I do a Sun article, I put a disclaimer because half the information may be true, half of it may not. They buy their articles. We don't know where the research came from. And I can tell you there have been several articles that come from this very, very, very publication that we have debunked. So I have to put that disclaimer out before I read this article. I do not trust the Sun. Okay, now we can get on with the article. In the money, Rex Heuermann's wife takes a trip to the bank, and she's seen for the first time after lawmakers attempt to block the $1 million TV deal. So it sounds like, she needs some funds. Was this her first deposit for the movie deal? We don't know. I got to be honest with you. I'm not going to go into this article. I'm just going to bring, the highlight in, which is that, we know the deal on the table for Peacock is in jeopardy. But I don't know how it's in jeopardy. I've just never seen any bills being retroactive. And not only that, but the challenges of the Supreme Court. I mean, it stinks to high heaven. They're basically saying that these people are guilty by association and shouldn't be able to sell their story or tell their story. I'm sorry, I'm totally and wholly against that. Because at what point where our government starts stepping in and telling us that we can't even share our story, that we have to be silent, or if we share our story, we're not allowed to get paid for it? I'm sorry. We don't know where life's going to take us. I'm sorry. I don't. This is an assault, in my opinion, on the First Amendment. We have a right to be heard, and they're trying for Asa. It's just a little different. You know, I know she is the wife. I don't know how they're going to stop this because it's her footage. She's not being paid for her being on the camera. And that's tried to explain that, you know, a long time ago. When you do a documentary, you don't get paid for the documentary. You don't get paid. You get paid for your content. And so when I heard this $1 million, I even said something to that effect, like, wow, you know, I didn't even know you know, I guess there's stars in documentaries. Maybe they got paid that way. I didn't know, right? I didn't know. But there is, you know, I did know because I've sold content before. And so I know that you can sell content for these documentaries for profit. And that is where you get your money. You get the money for your licensing fee and for them to use your copyrighted material in their show. That's what you're getting paid for. So she has a lot of photos, pictures, years, decades with this serial killer. For a documentary crew, that's a gold mine. That is literally a gold mine for this documentary crew. And the content that they will have for future movies and picture deals from this, I see why it has a large price tag. And I can tell you that it probably has that really hard price tag because I don't think Asa would be willing to. She doesn't like media. So I don't think she was engaging with this crew at all until they put real money on the table. And she started thinking, well, you know what? I'm sick. I'm now having to raise my 2 kids alone. You know, we're down a massive amount of income because the breadwinner is behind bars and with no foreseeable future. So I think that, you know, do I know? No, I'm speculating. This is conjecture. This is not to be taken as fact. I'm sorry I have to make that disclaimer, but apparently I do. So that is where we're at with the whole situation with Rex Heuermann. Now we're at the top or the bottom of the first hour of this segment. And now we're going to get into, as you can tell, I'm a little saucy over this treasure hunt. Because you remember when we were talking about this case before, I got to be honest with you. When we were talking about this case before, we were looking at all his assets and we're like, wait a minute. Hey, he's got those 3 islands. Oh, he took a trip to the 3 islands, or he took his trip to the Bahamas. Maybe he went over to the 3 islands and put his bounty in the ground. We should go over there. Remember, we were going to talk about a girls' night on the scavenger hunt in the Bahamas, searching for the Murdoch gold. We come up with some crazy ideas on here. But I'm not lying. We're all ready to get on a plane and go out and get our shovels and start digging on his property. We were going to trespass. Remember that? We were going to commit crimes. So all of us, like the whole channel, said, "Hey, you know what? We're going on this scavenger hunt. We're gonna trespass on Alec Murdoch. I mean, he's in jail. What is he going to do? Call the cops? Yeah." We're going to go find this treasure. We're going to go. We know he's got it, right? Because if he spent all this money on drugs, the man would be dead. Let's face it, okay? Let's face it. He'd be dead. He'd have been dead a long time ago. Good Lord. So I think we're thinking, okay, we're going to go out here. We're going to start looking for this lost treasure that Alec Murdaugh has. And I think Eric Bland, he might be onto something. I saw this article come out in granted, I'm blocked from this. I got 0 content remaining to be on Fitz News. Fitz, come on. You're breaking Bullhorn Betty's heart, right? You're breaking Bullhorn Betty's heart over here. I'm trying to promote you. And you got me locked out of the account. That's okay. I went around you. Don't worry about it. I decided to click off your news segment and just go to the horse's mouth, because that's what I do when I start having fights with why I can't promote a channel. Okay. That's okay. We like Eric Bland, right? We like Eric Bland. Nice guy. Seems like a nice guy. I gotta saying he's a nice guy. But he seems like a nice guy. And so I'm looking around and saying, okay, where am I going to find? Hey, Kathy, it's nice to see you. Where am I going to find out about this money? I'm seeing these articles that I can't read. Like I'm like here chomping at my nails saying, is the money found? Is it not found? What's going on here? What's going on? Is the money found? And one of the things, getting back to that point when I was able to talk to Eric out in front of that courthouse and ask him about the statement that he made about we're here on 21 counts, but there's really over 100 victims. I love that about him. I had an opportunity to ask him about that. As a matter of fact, I think I might have it here. Who knew, right? Who knew? I got everything. But anyways, I digress. So I asked him, that was an impactful statement. Why did he say that? And he said he wanted everybody to know that there was truly 100 victims. He was fighting for all the victims. Great guy. Seems like a great guy, right? So I decided to go over here and start looking in this. This is Peter Strauss is not the first time I've heard his name come up when it's in connection with Alec Murdaugh. I've looked into him. As a matter of fact, I've looked at that name before. I didn't go down the trail. I didn't spend a whole lot of time, but the name is not a name that I did not recognize. So I'm starting to hear this. And I said, and I remember when I was out there asking, Eric Bland my question, I remember him saying, he seemed like he's friendly toward us social media folks, right? Especially, the people that are out here trying, not trying to get into all the BS and really trying to bring, information to our audience. He seems to have a respect for that. And I see why, he understands, because he's here too. And if you guys haven't had this is just a shout out to Eric. He seemed like a nice guy. So I'm going to send my people over to you. There's this thing called Cup of Justice, right? There's this podcast called Cup of Justice. I have not personally watched it. I have to be honest with you. I haven't watched any of these, but they sound very good and very educational. Especially about the accounts, of what happened. And so I'm like, okay, I want to hear this. I've got to hear this. What are they talking about with this money? Did they find the money? Do they think they found the money? And so I'm just going to use some segments from this particular show because I think I'm okay to do so. Right? So I'm just going to take a few little clips from this segment just for you guys to hear. I want you guys to go over there. He has a whole, and we're going to go through the list here. There's a whole series on these. I'm going to personally go back and listen to them. I am. I didn't know this existed, but now that I found it, I find it very interesting, very intriguing, and very informative. So again, I'm just going to snag just a little hair off here.
To where Alec hid his millions of stolen client money. So we were super excited to be able to do this episode when we found out that his name's Peter J. Strauss. He's a lawyer on Hilton Head. He is known as sort of a global, expert of sorts in what's called the captive insurance business. And I got a crash course in captive insurance this week from somebody who was really helpful in explaining what it is and what it isn't and how it can be abused and all of that. So Eric, do you want to talk about what captive insurance is, or do you want, just to understand?
I want you guys to understand the captive insurance. Okay. This might be, it's kind of my stance on like annuities. That's, to be honest with you, what really saved OJ, to be honest with you, was annuities. Him putting all it can't be pierced. So there are things that people can do to protect their assets no matter what, cannot be touched. And a good attorney knows this. A good attorney knows this. So let's just keep listening. Let's keep listening.
And that like what this guy was doing for his business, and it was very lucrative. He was making a lot of money at it, and you know, you can it's a tax shelter that can easily be abused.
Right. People do the
Tax shelter that can easily be abused.
these over in the islands where they form these companies and they become basically their own insurance company.
You notice that he's saying islands. Kind of feels a little scavenger hunty for my fellow women, my flower powers out there, right? It kind of sounds a little scavenger hunty. I don't know. It seems like this guy, Eric Bland's a nice guy. I don't know. Seems pretty knowledgeable.
Fund their own, they become self-insured. A lot of professional athletes have tried to do this overseas where they basically insure themselves. I had a case involving a bar, and the bar owner himself had a captive insurance and he was self-insured. And it's a way of putting money overseas so that you avoid United States taxation. You can get money out as a consultant, and it's under the captive insurance where you don't pay tax on that money. And
boom. Did Eric Bland just find the missing millions of dollars? I keep wondering, how do we find this stuff out? We do know that there is property owned in, what is it, Bahamas? Isn't that what it is? Bahamas? Islands? 3 islands connected together or something like that? I could be wrong. For the fact police and the exact police, do your own research. We're talking about scavenger hunts over here. In case you need to know. So anyways, I thought that was pretty interesting. And let me drop this down because this cup of justice, I kind of like it. I honestly, I think I'll go back. Eric, I think you made a fan out of Bullhorn Betty. I got to be honest with you. Don't worry. You don't have to be a fan of Bullhorn Betty. I need to stop. Let me get my boo up. Hold on. I know. Displeasure. I got to do my, hold on. There we go. I know. I'm horrible. I'm mean. That's what they say. They say I'm mean. Damn. I know. I get it. What do you do? But this whole cup of justice, I really like it. He's got a lot of stuff here. Unpacking Alec Murdaugh's chances at a new trial. That's going to be interesting, right? That would be really interesting. And to hear it from an attorney's perspective. So get over there. There's the podcast right there, the podcast link. Get yourself educated on the latest and greatest of Alec Murdaugh. I know I'm going to go here. We're going to probably have some talking points on some of the stuff I hear over here on this cup of justice, right? We support anybody that has a cup of coffee as their as their thumbnail. I mean, come on. You know, this is we are the coffee club. Like you had a hook, line, and sinker with your thumbnail. Okay, I'm just letting you know. Good morning, Stevie's mom. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas to you too. God bless you. Hi, Struggle. It's nice to see you, love. I hope you're having a great day. Let me just see who else. Kathy, I think I said good morning. Wolf, good morning, love. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night. See you guys later. No, I'm just joking. So do you think we're going to see some money from Alex Murdaugh? Can you imagine? I've been waiting for the day that somebody finds out what he did with that money. I don't believe he's spending on drugs. As soon as he said, I knew that he has money and he has it hidden. It's just a feeling. I think we all had that feeling. I think that's why we were insistent on the scavenger hunt. the house. It's nice to see you, love. It's nice to see you. Scott Reich in Denver. I follow him on YouTube, but unfortunately, most attorneys are iffy. He's good. Yeah, they are. They are because it's not that they're iffy, angels. I think it's their interpretation of the law. Some of them like to stretch it for their narrative, and depending on what their narrative, I'm just kind of a person like I look at laws differently. I look at it based on mine, but I see when I was taught whenever you're researching laws, you research both the positive and negative. There's case law opposite of each other in just about every district. So you need to find out which ones are going to be the most compelling and which one has the most support, and that's what you use. But it's still like it's when you deal with defense attorneys, especially defense attorneys, they have to think outside of the box, and they have to be clever because in most cases their clients are guilty. And and some they're not. Some they're just railroaded. Some are just I don't know. But that a lot of the times that's why a lot of the stuff is settled out of court. I mean, if you hear it a lot, everything's just it's settled out because most of the time the person's culpable or guilty. Just like when the state brings criminal charges, most of the time they're guilty. Some of the time they get it wrong, and then those sometimes are amplified, and glorified. Good morning. Good morning. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I am Team Summer. Good morning. Trina, good morning. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's to you too. I never even got my Christmas cards out. I still got the box of Christmas cards sitting in there on the table. I never even got the first freaking Christmas card out. Went out and spent the money for the Christmas cards. I sure did. Never sent the first one out. I got to check them to make sure they don't say 2023. Because y'all are getting them next year. I'm just letting you know, okay? I'm just letting you know. You're going to have to deal. You're going to have to deal. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. If you guys haven't heard, we're only $800 away from our goal for our camera. Our goal for our camera. We are so, so happy about that. All right. The last, I got a couple, few. Let me just see which ones we have. Okay, I don't want to read that now. Hold on here. Let me see. What? Says here, Brian Koberger's defense suffers major setbacks, clearing the way for a highly anticipated trial. Docket date, latest crime scene is slain. But then it goes into, these are just different stories. Never mind. They're just different stories. Because it says Brian Koberger defense setback and murder in Boston. And I'm like, did they just connect him to a murder in Boston? But it was a deceptive title. So I think that really is everything that we have that I was on the big screen. Thank goodness it didn't interrupt us this time like it did last time. So just to give you guys an idea of what we're going to be doing today, because usually I go for the 2 hours, but the segment on Alec Murdaugh was actually fairly short. We can go over, Becky Hill's issues that she's dealing with right now. But I can tell you this. This is what I'm gathering from what I heard this morning from Eric Bland. It sounds like she does have, this ethical issue going on. Did her son do something wrong? Yes. Did she do anything wrong? When you look at the timeline of how everything happened with this book and when she met her partner on the book, and this is a self-published book. This is not a contracted deal that she's making millions of dollars off of. This is just something that she wanted to showcase in history that kind of got thrown and blown out of proportion. The timeline doesn't make sense, and they talk about her, journaling stuff. And in all fairness, when did she journal this? Did she journal it at night when she got off work, when she was unwinding to go to sleep? At what point when, and it's starting to get so into the weeds and so petty that it makes you wonder, this seems like a red herring to just get a new trial. Does one have anything to do with the other? I think really is a powerful question. And while I think the wiretapping, and you know how I feel about it, I'm just a law and order type of chick. Okay. I don't like shenanigans. And I just felt like this was shenanigans. And it really looked poorly upon Becky when she was already under a microscope. They should have just let things, just like me, just let things fall where they're going to fall. See what you're dealt with after all the pieces fall, and then just put them all back together and get up and move on. But instead of waiting until all the pieces fell, she wanted to know when the pieces were falling. You get my drift? So she was being underhanded, and she brought her son into it. So, I'm highly upset. But at the end of the day, does one have to do with the other? And the answer is no. I don't believe they do. Does it look bad? Yes. And it's the appearance of impropriety that really kind of sucks going into a motion for new trial, But I looked into the judge that's presiding over that. I did some research on her. I've got her name here, but I can't even remember her name. But she is her story is actually pretty impressive. While I don't remember her name, I do know that the judge that in her she was the first female appointed to the South Carolina Supreme Court back when it was unpopular to be a working female. Her story, we should go through her story. Her story is impressive. Her story, the judge that is presiding over this, the retired Supreme Court judge that's going to be presiding over the motion for new trial, is an amazing, and I say that with all sincerity, an amazing woman. And I believe that she has the experience, knowledge of the law, and she has a moral compass. And I think all of those whatever ruling she chooses, I'm going to feel confident in whatever that ruling is. Whether I like the ruling or not, I truly believe whatever ruling comes down, I'm going to trust her. I looked into her. She is an amazing woman. And I believe there is no better person for the job of presiding over this than her. And again, no disrespect to her or anything for me forgetting her name. But as soon as I look into the article and find her name, I will be sure to post it, and we will go over it because I think it's impressive. As a female, hearing these stories of our past, because our country wasn't the best place. We had to learn from a lot of our mistakes, and a lot of the mistakes of our country is suppression, right? We had a lot of suppression in our country, suppression of women's rights, suppression of other people's rights, suppression of religion. There was a time like we're going through this right here about Kelly Siegler and Cold Justice. And she describes, where she grew up, it was not uncommon for women to walk around with black eyes. Women were beat. That nobody should have to be subjected to that. But there were times in our country that weren't, and they still go on at times, right? In certain places that wasn't so appealing for our country. But you know what? We learn, we grow, we make laws to prevent things like this from going on. And we are where we are today. So today around 12:30, we're going to be going over, this is going to be chapter 4 of this. This is going to be Texas versus Mr. P. This is the last chapter of this series. This is going to be our part 5. We may do a part 6 of this where we just kind of discuss, this entire article in a whole. We may do it at the end of 5, depending on how long it takes us to get through the last few pages of this particular article. And how this is where they kind of bring in all of the informants, the jailhouse snitches and informants. They're going to be explaining the process in this last chapter because we've learned about,
who Kelly Siegler was. We learned about the basics in the background and history of the case. And now we're going to go to the trial of the case and why they have such disdain for Kelly in this very biased article. And I will say it's a biased article, but in all fairness, I do agree with some points. And those are going to be discussed later in the afternoon after we finish up this segment on Kelly Siegler. Again, this may be our final segment on this particular article as we read it and get updated on it. And then finally, like I said, we're going to be doing the Lewis Lint. He was a child, or they called him a child serial killer. However, I don't think he rose to the serial killer status because he's only been convicted of 2 crimes. But there are believed to be more. And when I started researching this case, because like I said, I was just going to do a small little segment, maybe, I don't know, less than 10 minutes on this case. And when I was just getting some background information, I'm like, this is an entire show all by itself. Like there's just so much to unpack with Lewis Lint that I decided that we're going to do this Lewis Lint conversation tonight. We're going to do that tonight at 10:30. So we have our final segment, or possibly our final segment on Kelly Siegler, depending on how long it takes us to get through the trial chapter. If we have time to discuss this in detail, then we'll do that today. And this will be our final, part 5 will be our final show on the Kelly Siegler. If we can only read through it and get some information, then I will probably open up a half hour to an hour segment on, probably not Sunday, probably Tuesday, because I'm not going to be working all day on Christmas. We're probably going to do a Christmas show for all the people that are getting up in the morning of Christmas to get the, breakfast up and stuff like that. So we're going to be entertaining the morning crew, the masses of the morning crew. Those that are up. Some people are going to be sleeping in because they were up the night before really late with family and friends. But we will be here. So for those that are home on Christmas that want some entertainment early in the mornings, I will be here on Christmas Day. And I will probably do either an early afternoon or a later evening show on Christmas Day just to see how everybody's day went and to hear all your great stories. So that's going to be kind of our Christmas Day here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Now, Christmas Eve, I'm not sure because tonight at 6 is the church service. And I'm trying to decide whether I want to go to the church service. I want to go in person today. And I've been so busy and I've had so many things going on and so many fires and so many, sticks in the pot and what have you going on behind. I haven't been able to coordinate or schedule anything with anybody for this. Lori Lowe, I know you watch, and I'm sorry. I know I keep saying that. I know there's Unicorn. I got your message. I'll have to call you. I don't know if I can do that today. I had some emails that I was supposed to get back to from when I came back from Tennessee, but everything I've been dealing with a lot back here, especially behind the scenes. And so just things are just kind of, just going to the wayside for the moment. But I promise you, we will get back on track right after Christmas. We'll get everything organized and I'll figure it all out. But today, if you guys want to come back here at 12:30, we'll be going over our last chapter for Kelly Siegler. And then tonight we're going over Lewis Lint. So that's your schedule for today on the Bullhorn Betty channel. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you enjoy your day. It's nice and cool here in Florida. I haven't turned my air conditioning on. I actually turned my heat on for one night, but I haven't had my air conditioning on literally 4 days. I think it's been almost a week now. I haven't had my air conditioning on. It's been so nice. I can't wait to get this electric. The things I look forward to, right? So you guys have a great day. We'll see you back here at 12:30 and rock it out with your coffee beans out. Don't forget to be fearless. If you see something, say something. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And until next time, please be safe and kind to one another. God bless.
As you wake up in the morning, you want to find the latest, greatest information about criminal cases and have an intuitive conversation about the suspects associated with these cases. Head over to the Bullhorn Betty channel on YouTube. Get breaking news right here on the Bullhorn Betty channel. Welcome to the Bullhorn Betty Coffee Club. Enjoy your stay and enjoy your day.